Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Craps with John from Pro Craps. Let's get kicked off with our normal 4-roll challenge in the morning. And again, I'm doing less of a burning 4 rolls completely to saying, can I win my goal in 4 rolls? And let's make a more ambitious goal today. Let's try and get to at least a 50% win today. Let's go for at least 150, more if we can get it. I'm gonna take my $350, and we're gonna go 330 inside today. And I'm gonna do a tiered regression. So I like this bit in the morning here because we get to actually play around a little bit and do some interesting like short-term strategies like this. So this is cool. You know, I was thinking last night, I was watching, I forget who it was, and I was watching a video, I think it was one of the dealer channels. And, you know, everything is like, hey, after hit number 15, you're going to be at, you know, table max. And, you know, I haven't seen hit 15 from a player in a really long time, right? I like these shorter, what can I do in 3 or 4 rolls, which is the reality of the situation, a little better. And somebody else asked me, you know, what do you do? Like, do you vet your shooters? I'm like, well, I'm not a big fan of like the 5 count. But I will look at somebody shooting and say, if I like the way that they're shooting the dice, if I like their technique or whatever, I may do something like this. I will be more tend to go heavier in the box on somebody who's kind of in a pocket, I suppose, than I would just random Randy, right? So here we go, 330 inside. I'm gonna do a little, if I can hit them, we'll do a little tiered regression here and see if I can go from 320 to 220, or 330 to 220 to 110 and pull it out, if that can work out. Just need a couple of box hits here before a 7. We're gonna get 1 practice roll in while we're bypassing the come out, just to see, and then I'll turn everything on. There's gonna be a 6-5 yo to start us off, which is no help. No big deal, but no help, I guess, right? Here we go. Let's get a point established, and my roll, oh, that was way too hard. There's a 9, so 5-4, 5-4-9 will be our first point. And let's get a couple of inside hits if we can swing it here. Hopefully my tossing is going to be okay this morning. Let's go. All right, here we are. Dice are out. 4-1-5, that's perfect. So on the first hit, 75 pays 105, so we'll take $105 back to the rack. I'll put the reds over here. 105, and we're gonna come down by 110, and we're gonna be at 220 inside. There's our $110 coming back. I'll actually black that up. There's our 210. So we started out with 350. What I've got in the rack is 230. So the first hit brings us closer to home. We've hit a milestone, right? We got $100 in the rack, and if your goal is 100, you got to be done here. That was roll 2, by the way. I'll mark them here, 1, 2. But we're doing a tiered regression, which means we need at least 2 hits to bring ourselves back down to what you would call some kind of an intelligent base. Let's get one more inside hit if we can do it here. Oh, those bounced sideways on me. 3-1-4, which is gross, right? No help. Like the 4s and 10s, but not when I have this kind of a spread out there. So let's go with our whites. Our last roll here, our 4th roll since the point. Actually, it's our 2nd roll. We hit the 9, or we hit the 5, and then we hit the 4. So that's actually, I'm on roll 3 right now. I'm 1 ahead of myself. Here we go. There's a 10. Boy, we're banging both the ends there. 5-5 hard 10 after the 4. So that's 2 wasted rolls in this system. All right, last one. Here we go. Can I get in the 4th roll my goal? Can we do it? No. Hard 4. Look at that. Easy 4, hard 10, hard 4, bang, bang, bang on the outside. But after 4 rolls, we're done. We pull it all back and grab a quick set of color here. There's 200. If I get the reds colored up for us really quick, we should have, let's see, 20. There's $50. We end up with 350 and the 105 that we won. So walking after 4 rolls with $105 profit is okay. Didn't like those 2 rolls because I wasn't on them. I don't mind rolling 4s and 10s, especially with that set that I was playing with there. But missed opportunity probably the way we did this. But that's what it is. Here we go. That's your 4-roll challenge for Thursday. All right, let's get back over here and talk to y'all. Good morning, everybody. Yeah. Oh, Pass the Rack is up. It's the wrong screen. Let's go to the announcements. All right. Not a whole lot going on, really, except for the fact that, my God, you guys are putting out some freaking videos. I finally got around to watching some of Buckeye's stuff last night. It's been a while since I've really made the rounds and watched a bunch of videos. I'm so busy. My work is crazy busy. Putting these shows together has taken a ton. It's more time than you probably think it does to do this morning show. So I'm not watching a lot, but I got around to watching some stuff last night. It was fun to watch Buckeye and the Bear last night. I watched one of their videos from a week or so ago. Really fun to watch. Not just the strategy, right? It's a fun strategy. And again, I don't get all worked up over strategies most of the time because the dice will do what they do. But it was fun to watch Buckeye explain and deal, right? And fumble around like we all do dealing, and play with his friend, right? Watching him and his teammate Bear play was fun. I had a really good time watching the interaction. I love a 2-person show. And to that end, I think I told you this, we're going to have, talking to Charlie over at DGE about coming on with me and being a co-host for a week. I've got a subscriber who's actually wrote me and said, hey, I want to be on the show too. So I'm going to have him on the show. We're going to kind of do some strategization together, work some things back and forth live like I did with Joe last couple of weeks. The more of that we can do, the better. So if you have a mind to come on and hang out with me for an hour or so, just drop me an email. It's john@procraps.net. Drop me an email. We'll figure out how we're going to schedule it. We'll get it on. But I think it's cool to watch 2 people just banter back and forth and play versus just listening to me. Just, at some point, you're all going to know me so well that you can predict what I'm going to say. And we don't want to get to that point. I want to make it more fun. But Dice DJ and Chris is doing some great stuff too. He's got a couple of videos out this week that are beyond just, I don't want to say the boring stuff, beyond just, let me go run the Iron Cross again. Let me go evaluate this versus that again, like I'm going to do today, actually. But it's like, hey, here's how I play at the casino, or here's how I see things. And I think we're getting more into where Chris is finding his brain and finding his zone. Just like Mike from On Point Craps did a month or so ago, where you find your voice, like, now here's how I do it. Here's what I'm bringing you. That's me. That's not just me playing somebody else's stuff, but it's actually kind of like getting inside of your brains. That's what we're getting from Buckeye, from Dice DGen. Mac is bringing the heat when it comes to this stuff. He's really starting to develop that he already is the voice, but he's developing his craps voice so much better. He used to come out and say, I'm a beginner. I'm just trying to teach myself the game on YouTube. Well, guess what? Mac knows the damn game, and he's really, really, like I said, his brain's coming through now. Maybe it's because he's retired, and he doesn't have to think about life anymore. He can just do this. And Waylon put out like 100 videos yesterday. Waylon, what did you put out yesterday? Like 4 videos? At least 4, I think. I'm having a hard time keeping up with you, pal. I know you got 600 in that book, maybe 1 a day. So you can help your old friend here have time to pay attention, but you got some good stuff coming too. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's next from Chiro and some of the others. So the craps community, our group here is doing great. You know what's it's funny? I think about this. It's not like it's a big deal, but when we did the Pass the Rack challenge, right? It's like we're like this group, right? It's like, me and Mac and Waylon and Greg for a time and Ken and all of us here. When we passed the rack to each other, and then I gave it to Ed Robinson, and Ed Robinson's part of the older guard, right? The older Craps Nation guard, and I say older, like last year, right? That group of guys did what we're doing now. They had their own set of channels and their own communities, and they're passing it now to each other, which is really cool. The Pass the Rack thing has kind of gone into that group of folks, but it's kind of nice, like how we've got this thing going on, and the groundswell here is pretty cool. So it's fun to watch all this happening. Tonight, Deal Me In is scheduled for 6:30 p.m. It's going to be a premiere. I have not talked to Anthony today. I'm going to try and reach out to Anthony today and get a hold of him and see what his schedule is, make sure that we're on track for that. But I finally got, with the Casino Gaming TV channel that we're running this show from today, we finally got access to what's called posts in YouTube. And that means I can type a message. And when I type the message, if you're on the notifications and you should all click the bell, you'll get the message. And I can actually type you words and say, hey, just a note that show's changed or whatever. So we hit 500 subscribers last week, and that gives us the keys to do that. So if there's a change to the schedule, I will let you know that way. I'll also let you know in Discord. Friday Night Fights, Sideshow versus Ehydra. I need somebody to help. I don't think, I think Chris said he couldn't do it this weekend. We got to work on getting dealers and boxes set up for these matches ahead of time. So I'll work today over Discord and texting who's going to be the dealer and the box for Friday Night Fights. I'd love it if Anthony could do it. It would be great to have Anthony come in and help us out. As a real dealer, he'd actually do a good job, unlike me. But he does deal a lot for the Color Up tournaments. So his schedule is really hard to kind of pin down. So if he can do it, great. If not, we'll get it figured out. We have plenty of guys that can and want to do it. The problem is that one of our dealers is the king of the mountain, Chris. So he can't be box or dealer. He's too busy winning right now. And yeah, I threw that out there. So Chris, start the smack talk today because tomorrow's the big game. Jeff wanted me to remind you, Craps Chat's now June 28th. We're going to leapfrog after DiceCon and Father's Day weekend. So it'll be June 28th is the next Craps Chat. Maybe in lieu of Craps Chat, I'll do kind of we hit 2,500 subscribers last week. Maybe I'll do a little get together one night this weekend and just kind of have I don't know. Maybe we'll do like a team Zoom call or something and have some fun. We'll see. I miss talking to everybody, and this show here is more of a teaching thing. Craps Chat's more of a just let's BS kind of a thing. So maybe we'll do a little celebration on the Pro Craps channel and we'll just talk as friends. So that's that. Join Casino Gaming TV if you haven't already done so. And that's our announcements. I mentioned it a minute ago. Let's see, the Craps for the Cure thing. We're rolling. There's been some chatter going on in Discord, which is great. Steve asked me to talk about doing a logo. We got to get a logo figured out. The guys who did my chips and my table, I'll get to those artists and we'll have them help us out building a logo, and we'll get that rolling out. Again, no new updates yet. I'm hoping that Ian can grease the skids, and what I mean, turn the screw a little bit with the casinos, get this thing figured out. We had another volunteer pop up yesterday, a member from Discord, asked if they could help with the fundraising piece, with the finding prizes piece and all that kind of stuff. So we have another partner that's going to help us get through it. So this is going to be a fun one, I think. And I think Steve from Press by One had said he's going to register as a 501c3 because he wants to do this over and over again and make this kind of a repeatable thing every year. We're gonna put money into the cure for something every year. Love the idea. I think that Steve's got the right heart for this, and I'm pretty stoked about that. So there's that update. And the next one is gonna be the Pass the Rack. I don't know where the rack is. I think George passed it to Bird Dog. I think. I just checked with George to see where it went, but I've lost track of the rack. George did a great job of bringing it back to health, but I don't know where it is. I think Bird Dog has it, but I'll find out later on. And we'll get this thing hooked up here in a bit. Other updates, by the way. Some of you have emailed me, will you run XYZ thing for me in Win Craps? Yes, I absolutely will. Matter of fact, one of you out there, I'm waiting for an email from you with the strategy you want me to put in there. I've got a lot. I got 4 or 5 in the queue that I've got to get coded up in Win Craps, or at least run what you've already written for me in Win Craps, and we'll put some results out here visibly over the next week or two. I want to do Win Craps like one day a week, not 4, because it gets boring. So we'll do one of them, every so often. We'll put one out there. But if you have something you want to see in Win Craps, send it over or give me your idea, and I can code it all up, and we can look at the code, obviously, and I'll show you your win graph. It's kind of fun to do that. And Steen and Vince are good at helping me out get through bugs on that thing. So, all right, there is that. Let's see what's going on next. Oh, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about playing boring craps. Craps can be boring if you're playing the lonely line bet or the lowly line bet. And why do I say it's boring? Because a lot of line bettors, and I'm a line better, right? If you've played with me, I'm on the don't and I watch, right? And I let it happen. I let the players fail all around me, and I collect money. I also use the don't as a tool in other strategies. Some of you play just the line, right? Just pass line with odds, or don't pass with odds. Greg from 555 is don't and odds all day long, and he sits there and plays and talks to everybody, which is a fine way to do it. Let's look at it today, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Both of those bets have a super low house edge, right? We know, and again, house edge is not the only reason to play a bet. It's an enticing reason to choose one or the other. They both have, as we saw last week, about a 50% win rate. 49.5, 49.75, whatever it was, or 48.75 win rate for the pass and the don't pass. So more often than not, you're gonna sit there and tread water with these things. unless you do some bet sizing. Now the pass line, we know, huge advantage for one roll. It's a 2-to-1, basically hop bet advantage that you've got. It's amazing. But after the points established, you're a giant underdog. The don't pass obviously flips that, right? You're a huge underdog on the come out, which you see me get my butt handed to me every day out here. And when I was yesterday, I hit so many come out sevens and blew myself up in the don't. But once you're out of that, you're the huge favorite. You're the big dog, 60% at least afterwards, right? That's what makes them enticing. And in my view, I want to try and maximize both of these bets. And so how do you do it, right? You can be a flat better, just $5 pass line, $25 odds, all day long. That's the grind. You can do what I do, and I tend to be a progressive player. You know me, right? I win, I stack. I win, I stack. I win, I stack. I want more of their money on the table as fast as I can get it. When I say their money, I mean my winnings. I'm going to reinvest my profits as often as I can because you can only win money with money, right? It takes money to win money. If I'm going to be betting $10 on the don't all day long, I'm going to make nothing. I'm going to end up losing $1 out of every $100. I'd rather go from 10 to 20 to 30 to 50 and start whacking on those hits, bigger chunks of money and getting out. That's why I'm a progressive player. Do you take odds or not? Bankroll decision. To me, odds when you're already at a 1.4% house edge, the odds are great, but it's a bankroll decision. On the don't pass, not necessary. On the pass line, odds are dropping more money on a bad bet. Essentially, once the come bet is traveled, it's a bad bet, or the pass line bet. It's a bad bet once the number has been selected for you because you're the underdog. Dropping more money onto a bad bet isn't always the greatest, but the payments are great. Your bankroll supports it and the table's right, go for it. But how do you handle your losses, right? Do you ladder up like Waylon would tell me to do? Do you stay put or do you jump back down again? If I'm at a $50 don't and I get hit, do I go back down to 10 and then rebuild myself up? I'm reading the Sam Grafstein's book, and that's what his recommendation is like, hey, if you're going to ladder yourself up, which he likes to progress his bets as well, the minute he gets beat, he's down to zero again. He goes back down to his base level. I ladder myself up on the wins and I stay there. Once I establish a new base, I'm at the base. And I'm trying to use that tool to make more money with. More volatile for sure, but does it work? I don't know. And the reason why I'm doing all this work, and I know that pass line bets are boring. It's boring to watch me throw on this table when I'm just one bet out there, pass line, and I'm throwing 15 rolls. And you're like, oh my God, John, get in the box. Get on the 4 and 10, make some money. But I'm trying to know. I want us to know together. Once you know, kind of a thing. Because there's a lot of strategies out there, right? Headless Horseman, for one, where there's a don't pass component built into the strategy. There's a 6, 7, 8 strategy where there's a don't pass component that's kind of built into the strategy. Okay. There are pass line based strategies. Go in the pass line, take max odds, go in the box, 2 hits down. Right, those kind of things have these line component or come bets. Another one, right? Come bet is basically a line bet. Have a line bet type of component built into it, and I want to maximize that. How do I make those bets worthwhile? And I look at things, honest to God, like when I'm in the Horseman. I was telling PJ this yesterday in a comment reply. When I'm in the Horseman, yeah, it's a don't pass bet with come bets, and there's this opposition. There's a hybrid feel to that, right? Where everything is going to be a tie. But I play the don't pass piece of the Horseman like this. Like I pick one of these methods here where I'm going to progress my bet or parole the don't pass, or I'm going to take that don't pass as a separate animal and I'm going to be aggressive as hell with it separately from the other part of the system. So although it's don't pass plus come bets, to me, it's don't pass on its own steam. Come bets are a helper piece to it. And I look at them as 2 separate things now versus one comprehensive strategy. So I know that's going to make Jay's hair stand on fire, but when I say it's not a comprehensive strategy, it is. But I really look at the don't and the come bets as different. I look at the don't and the 6 and 8 as 2 separate plays when I'm playing 6, 7, 8. I don't use the don't as a hedge. You can. And I think that learning how to progress the don'ts and your regular pass line bet is important. So what I want to do today is a simple comparison. I've got 2 bankrolls set up. We're going to do a don't pass comparison and a pass line comparison. Just going to do a little bit of a progression like I've been doing, my new kind of, parlay and level up progression with a straight up line bet and odds. and I'll talk through the other options while we're in there. And I don't have enough chips. I guess I could run 3 ways and do another like a Paroli in there as well, just to get a sense of it. So I want you to see sort of like the ways that you can progress those line bets and get more money on the table. And to me, it's all about getting more money on the table with reason, right? With using wins to make more money show up, not dumping out of my rack all the time. And that's kind of what I want to get to. So with that said, let me switch views over here. We're going to go and roll out a simple little advantage here, a simple little set of strategies just to show you pass line with odds versus a flat pass line that progresses the flat part of it, and a don't pass with odds and a don't pass where I'm progressing on the wins. You'll find that the don't pass one is interesting. If you do don't pass with max odds, it tends to beat out the other one, although there's a lot of volatility, and we'll talk through it as I get out there. So there we go. Let's see. Before I do that, I'm going to answer Peter's question. The problem with the horseman is when the DP is optimal, which it is when it gets out, I erase it with place bets. Well, I don't use place bets. I use come bets for one thing. So I don't do the horseman with place bets typically. That's more the skill and luck way of doing it. I'll do the don't pass, get it through, come bet, double action on the 7. Get it set, come bet, double action on the 7. Third come bet, double action on the 7. I've reduced my 7 power with each of those. And now I'm in the ugly spot where I'm hedged. But I take that that don't pass, and I'll eventually get that thing up to 5 or 6 times the size of the come bets when I do stuff like this, like these progressions. Anyway, it doesn't matter for this discussion, but let's go out there and play. Let me switch over to the other view. Where's my table with KPI? There we go. All right, hopefully that'll turn itself on. Let me go ahead and clear the numbers from yesterday out. And we should be back to 0 here. Let me pull the... All right, just about ready to start here. Okay, we're in there. So what I've got here is this. I got a couple of bankrolls set up, each with $500. There's 400 in black, 50 in green, 50 in red. And I could do a third one. I may, when I do the don't pass, do a third one just because. But for right now, what I'm going to do is the person on the right side of my rack over here on my right side, this person is going to play the pass line with max odds only. This person here is going to do a flat bet pass line, and we're going to progress the bets with a parlay and then new level. Parlay, new level, and that's all. He's going to avoid the odds. He's going to embrace the odds. He'll never go past the $5. We're going to do $5 table, by the way. He'll never go past the $5 base here. And what you'll find in both of these systems is that the line, the come out winners and losers make the difference. So the rhythm that you find yourself into with come out winners and losers ends up determining which of these systems is quote unquote better. I don't think either of them are better. I think there's ways to play. Personally, I want to get more money out here, but I don't want to just go dumping my whole rack. So here we go. Puck's going to be off. So again, person on this side is going to be doing a progression. He's going to take a win, parlay it. If the parlay hits, he levels up. This guy here, just pass line and 3, 4, 5 odds. We're doing a basic 3, 4, 5 table. So he's going to do, based on the point, we'll see what happens. Here we go. Random rolling. I'm just going to just huck him down here. I'm going to go pretty quick because all I care about is the line. I'm not doing any box number betting at all here. If you're playing along at home, I'll call him out. I'll put him in here. I'll log him in, but I'm not going to hang out and chat about every number. We're going to hit down there. Here we go. Coming out. First roll. Whoa, almost off the table. There's a 6 and a 2. So our first point there will be 8. And of course, the person on the right there is going to go right into max odds. We're going to go drop a quarter out for him, and he's in a great spot over here. And what you'll see here is that as these things happen, this guy, if we're hitting inside numbers, will really increase the bankroll. This guy here does a lot better in a more volatile table. So here we go. That's a hard 4, a 2-2. That's a Mike from On Point Craps, 2-2. And there's the 8, 5-3-8. Perfect. We hit the home run. 5-3-8. So what happens? Player on the left wins and parlays it. Player on the right is going to win 30 back here and 5 in the front and rack it. I'm going to let him have his $30 sitting right there in front because we know we're going to use it again on the next one. And good. He's got his bankroll back actually with a little bit of profit, which is fantastic. Here we go. Next point coming, going to be a 7, a 5-2-7. So here's the good thing, right? This guy on the right gets his win and he puts it in the rack. He's good. The guy on the left was in a parlay. He was at a level 1 parlay. He wins his parlay. Now he goes to level 2, and every bet from this point forward is going to be at the $10 level. He can bring 2 chips back to his rack, which means he's back to 500. No profit, really, but he's back to 500, and he's going to be on level 2. And all bets here now are more money on the line. He's just going to keep increasing that bet size as we go. Maybe that works. Maybe that doesn't work. We're going to find out here kind of as we go. Did I log the 7 in? Let's see. What did I do there? I think the rolls are jacked up for some reason. 8, 4, 7. Weird. I'm going to erase. It seems like they're all backwards for some reason. Let's do that again. It was a 5, 3, 8. Then it was a 2, 2. Then it was a 5, 3, 8. And then it was a 5, 2, 7. It's weird they're going in, showing backwards. All right, here we go. Next come out attempt. 7. Oh, baby, look at that. 6, 1, 7. Love it. 6 and a 1. So we're rocking the pass line here right now. So again, get paid 1 here and 2 chips there for that guy. This guy's going to rack it up. The progression player is going to stack it up. He's going to be parlayed at level 2, looking for a third natural. A third natural here would be fantastic. He would be actually leveled up pretty darn good. There's a 6, 3, 9. That rolled off the wall. That was a 9. Not a 2. My fault with the stick there. So it's going to be a 6 and a 3. That's a 9. And again, on the right side, we're going to do max odds that we can take, which is 4x. And now we're in an interesting spot because if the 9 happens to roll, this guy with the pass line of max odds, he's going to win 5 here and 30 here. He'll win $35. This guy's going to win 20. But level up because he's about to parlay. So we're going to start seeing him surpassing him on wins if we start getting some sequences. So, and by the way, I'm going to log out here the number of points resolved. We're going to play this for 10 resolved points. I'll put them in the middle. We have 1 resolved point so far. Not decisions, but resolved points. So that's a 4, 2, 6. And there's our 4, 3, 7 out. 4, 3, 7 out. So both players get beat. This player here gets beat during a parlay. So even though 20 chips come off the table, 4 chips came off the table for him, only 2 of them were actually his out of his rack. That was resolution number 2. He's back out now for 2 units. Other players back out for a single unit. And here's where maybe we'll start seeing some separation here kind of as we go. All right, next point's coming. That's going to be a 4 and a 1. A 4 and a 1. We'll mark the 5 over here. And again, max odds. So 4x odds over here. Now we have an advantage to this player. If we hit the 5, he's going to accelerate in the rack where this guy here is going to kind of stand pat. But that's the idea. That's the idea to see that. What do we have? A hard 4. The OPC, the hard 4. There it is, 2, 2. Ooh, wow, a 4 and a 1. I'm sorry, a 3 and a 1. Back-to-back 4s. What did we say the probability of back-to-back 4s was yesterday? It was something like 0.7% of the time you see that what just happened. A very low chance of that happening, but this 3-1-4 had no idea that the 2-2-4 came before it, right? Independent event here. So, you know, your brain might have said, hey, we should, you know, lay the 4 or whatever. No, the dice don't give a shit. Here we go. 5, 3. That's an 8. There's a 6, 3, 9. We needed that last hand, right? 6, 3, 9. And there's the big bad wolf, 4, 3, 7. So again, bigger win potential, right? But also higher volatility over there. Let's go back out again. Single unit for this player. 2 units for this player. Puck is off. That's our third resolved bet. Hopefully you can see these here in the middle. If I move that this way a little bit, we'll keep them in view as best I can for you. Here we go, coming out. Ooh, hard 10. That's a tough one. That's a tough one, hard 10. So again, 3 times odds over here for this guy. And again, he'll win 35 bucks, right? Every time you're doing this, right, the win goal is about the same, right? You're going to win 5 here and 30 here. He's going to just win 10, looking to get something parlayed. We haven't been able to progress a bet here in a hot minute, so let's mark the 10 up. 5, 3, 8. There's a 5, a 4, and a 1. And I hope, I guess that's seriously, I hope you guys can see the dice. I'm trying to keep them over here as best I can, but you know, the back wall does what the back wall does, right? 5, 3, 8 again. Is that a repeater on the 8? Or it's close to it anyway. 3, 2, 5. I think we just bounced. Did we just go 8, 5, 8, 5? We did 8, 5, 8, 5. That's interesting. 5 again. Look at the 5s. Whew. 3, 2, 5. 3 5s in the last 5 rolls. Wow. 4 5s in the last 5 rolls. Just a 4 and a 1. Wow. What are the math guys? I know PJ's in the audience. Do the math. Get your calculator. What's the odds of seeing 4 5s in 5 rolls? That's insanity right there. That's so many. You just never see that kind of thing. And there comes the 4, 3, 7. If I was on the don't, we'd be doing great right now, right? 4, 3, 7. That's our 4th resolved try here. Getting burned down there on the pass line today, unfortunately. So let's go back out again. We're still level 2 over here for this player in the front or the left, this guy on the right. Boy, we're having a tough time making this work. But we get this. Nice. 4, 3, 7 come out. I like that. The natural. 2 units there, 1 unit there. Rack the 1. Trying to get back to health if we can. Stacking the 2. Looking for a home run here. Looking for the parlay to win off for us. Can we get it? We don't. We get a 4, 3, or a 6, 4, 10 rather. A 6 and a 4. Point will be 10. We're gonna need to get some change over here. We'll go max odds behind, 3 units. And here we go. There's a 6, 3 and a 3, hard 6. Looks like a 3V coming off the wall. Oh my goodness gracious, we should be on the don't. 6, 1, 7. Just getting torched over here. We cannot seem to get out of our own way, unfortunately. So that's going to be the 4th or the 5th resolved cycle here. Puck is off, and once again, we're going to rock this thing here and here. One of those days where it's just not a good right side run right now. It will turn, as you know. The right side runs will turn. 6, 4, 10. It'll probably turn when I change strategy and go to the don't to show you that side of it. We'll probably start getting all the pass line winners then. But for right now, here we are on a 6, 4, 10. And we're gonna need some more change for this player. What you call so far a rough day at the office. There's a 9, 5 and a 3, or 5 and a 4 rather. Wow, 5, 2, 7. We really should be playing don't pass right here. 5, 2, 7, but I'm trying to show a thing. Everybody gets beat again. There's 2. There's 1. That's going to be outcome number 6, by the way. Off we go. 5, 2, 7 on the come out. That's good. Come out naturals help. There's 2, there's 1. He stacks, he racks. Let's get another one. Yes. 6, 1, 7. So this guy over here is going to win his parlay. This guy here just takes 1 and puts it in the rack. So the parlay winner now is going to go to 3 units. We're going to be leveled up. So because you hit a parlay, everything from this point for him is level 3. And he takes a little bit of money back. It's actually a quarter back to the rack. That's pretty fancy. I'll actually take a quarter back to the rack. All right, here we go. 415. 415. 538. That's on the wall. There's a 5. There's a 3. Oh, I didn't put his odds out there. Sorry. $20 in odds. Oh, gracious. 437. What a bummer. 4 and a 3. That would be resolved roll number 7. Everybody loses again. Rough go. 1 unit there. This guy's going to need change because he's at level 3, so it's 3 reds for him. And back we go. I think what we're seeing here is, obviously it's a bad run. There's a 628. 628, and although you get the home run when you have the odds bet down here, on a bad run like this, you get whacked for much bigger swaths of your bankroll. They're both getting killed. This guy's getting killed a little bit worse the way that it is right now. So we're going to go max odds, 25 behind. On the 8, I didn't mark down the resolved from last time. We're two shooters left here. There's a 10. 5 and a 5. There's another 5. 4 and a 1. Here's the yo. Let's get a winner here, shall we? 6, 3, 9. There's a hard 6. The 3V. Let's go. Nope. There's a 9, 5 and a 4. Nice little run here. Finally, you're getting some traction. There's another 6, a 5 and a 1. If you're an inside bettor, you finally got a home run. That's good. There it is, right there. 5, 4, 4, square pair. Let's mark that up. We get paid 3 down here. He will parlay that. The other guy is going to get paid $35. 30 back there, 5 in the front, and he gets a little tiny bit healthy. We hope. We'll see what happens. That helped a little bit. Player here is going to be parlayed up. I'm going to make that look like an actual $30. He's a parlayed level 3 player. That's our 9th shooter. We have 1 shooter to go. Hopefully, we can hit a parlay in here and be in good shape. Be awful nice to get a come out natural, but instead we go to here, the 6, 4, 10, the worst possible point for us down there, which kind of sucks. I need change for this quarter so that we can get our odds. 3x odds back there. 2 change. All right, let's do it. Let's get that 10. 5, 4, 9. Four, 3, 7 out. Oof. 4, 3, 7. So we all get beat. He gets beat mid parlay. The other guy gets beat on his regular strat. And here's how we ended up. Neither one of the guys lost into the 400 black. We still have 400 black on both of them. The guy that played the parlay level up system, even though he was betting 3 units at a time towards the end there, he's got $60 left, 50 in greens and 2 reds. The other guy has 45. So he wins by $15. It's not the kind of victory that you'd write home to tell. Actually, it's a little more than that. He has $60. He's got 25. Yeah, I mean, that's ugly. It's a $15 win. It's not great. Both players got bad runs, didn't work out. That was your pass line run. Let's do it again from the don't. The same thing from the don't. I may actually play a third player here just because it's fun to see a third player on the don't. And what we'll do with the don't player is this. I'm going to put another guy out here. The same levels. We'll do the same thing. 400. And we'll do $50. And I'll do 50 in reds. And for the third don't player, and again, I just want to compare, not so much compare strategy, but I want to see like what's the ways to maximize down here. And what we're going to compare this time is this. Again, the guy on the right is going to do the same thing. He's going to play the don't pass with max odds. The guy in the upper left is going to do the same thing. Don't pass, progressively go. The guy down here in the front, and I'll put his bets, I may put his bets over here on this side. He's going to run the Paroli, where you don't see any money until 3 hits in a row happen, right? He's going to get money every 2 hits. He's getting money every 3 hits, but his exposure is always going to be 1 unit. He's never going to progress his bet. He's going to stay flat, but he's going to look for 3 in a row and hit those home runs that way. Let's switch up. Let's see if we can't get 10 quick outcomes here from the don't side of things. No hedging. I'm not going to hedge. Actually, I'll put the units in here. We'll do it. We'll actually go away as we go. I'll pull a chip off on each result. There we go. You can see those, right? Yeah. All right. So here we go. Don't pass players are going to go out all the same unit to start with. So player on the right, player in the back. So it's Paroli, it's progression, it's don't with odds. That's the 3 players that we're going to play with. And again, no hedging. We're just going to play as it comes. No hedging. There's an 8. So we're on the 6 to 8. First point. So what'll happen over here is this player is going to go every single time max odds. He's dropping 30 bucks every number, no matter what. He's always max oddsing. These 2 are just looking for successions and wins. So way more exposure here, way more potential in here as the bets get bigger. 6 to 8. So again, higher potential, higher risk, and it all goes away. One thing I'm not testing here, by the way, is the notion of laddering a loss. Just don't have enough bankroll space to do it. That's definitely a thing we should be looking at. Maybe subsequent show will do that as another option to get it back. There's a 6 for the next point. 3, 3, 6. Oh shoot, I didn't put the 7 in. Oh, I did. It was an 8, not a 7. All right, here we go. Let's get some big red action, shall we? There's a square, pair, hard 8. 44, hard 8. There's another 8. 5, 3, easy 8. There she is. There's our best friend, the 6 and a 1. 6 and a 1, that's a 7. So, oh, I didn't put his odds up. I'm sorry, my bad. I didn't put the 30 bucks in odds. He gets 30 in odds. I forgot to do it. He's going to get paid flat and 25 on his odds because it was a 6. Good win right there for the player in the front. He's actually feeling pretty good about that one. The other 2 guys are in the same spot. They're going to both win. They're both going to parlay. The difference is this guy's going to parlay and then stay at level. This guy's going to parlay and then parlay again over here. So he's looking for the 3 in a row. So let's see if that can happen. That's our second result point. Hard 10, love it. That's great. Point's going to be 10, so our odds junkie is going to be all in on the 10, of course. The other 2 guys just watching. Did I mark the 10? No, by 5. There's a hard 4. Look at that, we banged both ends. Hard 10, hard 4. Thanks, Mike from On Point Craps. There's a 5, a 4, and a 1. That's shout out to Greg down there in Florida. 6-1 mixer. 5-1 mixer, rather, sorry. Midnight. Midnight shout out to our friend in Alabama, Waylon. There's an 8, a 6, and a 2, 8. We are good to go on these rolls. I love, when I'm on the right side, man, I tell you, I love this. I love a point of 10 or 4. Takes a while to resolve those bets, usually. And if you're in here, you can be banking up a little bit. So there's another midnight. It's 2 midnights in the last 5 rolls. There's an 8, 6, and a 2. Wow, 3, 2, 5. Good roll here. Good roll here. 3, 2, 5. This is a good collect them up kind of roll, but we know what's coming. 3 midnights. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. If I was playing a 12 gauge right now, whew. And there it is. Boy, we hit the 10. Can you believe that? 6, 4, 10. That sucks. It sucks really bad because the 2 guys that were laddered up or parlayed up get nothing out of that roll. It's unfortunate. The guy playing odds, of course, is always going for the home run, and it didn't work out. But you want to see the guys that are in the parlays hit those things because that's obviously where the juice is. So let's get them all out for a unit each. Repeat the process. Here we go. All right, we're on a 9, 5 and a 4. Again, maxing up the odds here. The guy with the max odds is taking all the risk and getting nothing out of it. Just like the pass line player. The pass line guys today did nothing, man. They really only hit, I think, 1 or 2 times back there. It just not a good conducive day for making money, it looks like. It's a 6-5 yo. There's an 8, a 6, and a 2. There's a 9. Ooh, boy. See, I told you this, right? Earlier on the pass line, everything was a don't. Everybody 7'd out. Today, now we switched over to the don't pass, and everybody is hitting their points. So have you ever had that happen to you at a casino, where no matter what you're doing, the opposite is happening? This is why the casinos have such shiny lights. There we go. Coming out. 5. At least we're not getting whacked on the come-outs today. That's one saving grace to what we're seeing here. There's a 5. This guy's got to dig in to his blacks. He's the first guy to have to go deep into the pocketbook to do anything. So I think the odds player here, if we don't get some good resolutions in the next 10 shooters, or the next 5 shooters, we're going to be in trouble. There's a 7. Finally we get a win on these guys. 5, 2, 7. Cool. Flat, flat, flat. And on the 5, he's going to make 20 on those odds. So that's great. These two are both going to be parlaying. This guy here just coming back, hoping for the best. Puck's off. 4 shooters to go, or 4 points to be resolved. Here we go. 4, 1, 5. Coming out again to a 5. Let's see, 9, 8, 9, 7, 4, 1, 5. There we go. Not sure why that 7 didn't mark up right. 9 was the point. Sorry, the roll tracker has that 7 that came before the 5 should be marked as a loser, not a winner. I'm not sure what's happened in the code there. Something's weird. He needs to be on odds, by the way, down here. There's a 3, 3, hard 6. Did not touch the dice. 3, 1, 4. So 3, 3, 6, and a 3, 1, 4. Yeah, it's got the. Yeah, I don't know why that 7 is the wrong color. It should be it should be full red like that. There's a 6, 4, 10. Let's hit one parlay. We haven't hit one parlay for these guys yet. They're both still at base. 4, 2, 6. There we go. We hit it. Finally, 5, 2, 7. That's great. 5, 2, 7. So over here on a 5, he's going to, again, he'll get paid a quarter total, right? 5 for the flat, 20 for his odds. We'll bring that back to him. I'll just basically add up his winnings and do it that way, which is good. Both of our parlay guys. What happens here is this. This guy here is going to parlay again, or actually the guy on the end here. He's going to parlay a second time. He's this Paroli player. He's looking for 3 in a row. The other guy just takes his parlayed win. He moves himself to level 2. And now his base bet's going to move up and be $10 instead of $5. This guy here is looking for the miracle. Okay? 3 shooters left. A 9. Boy, we've been, knock on wood, lucky on those come-out rolls. Really lucky on the come-out rolls. 3, 1, 4. Big Joe. Ooh, yeah, 5, 2, 7. We did it. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, by the way, he should have been, my bad. He should have been on odds. So there's that. And again, he wins a quarter. It's $5 here, $20 here. He's working his way back to some sort of health after having to dip into his blacks. Okay. In here, we hit, he just parlays that. He's a parlayed bet on level 2. The Paroli player is now looking for, that's it, right? He hit 2 parlays in a row. He's back down to 1 unit now. He gets to pull all this back, which is great. He finally hits 3 in a row. And a Paroli, that's a 7-unit win. I'm going to give him a quarter for that. So the Paroli does do it. right? He takes a bunch of losses, comes back with a nice roundhouse kick, and makes that. Here we're looking to get this parlay up. We can get to level 3. Okay, that's 2 bets or 2 shooters left. Let's get it done. 549. 549 on the point. Again, we'll do 30 in odds over here. 527. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 527. So what's going to happen, of course, again, $25 for the player with the odds. 5 here, 20 here. Comes back. He's doing fantastic right now. The guy in the middle here, right? He's the guy that parlayed up. So he wins his parlay. So what's going to happen, he's going to actually win $20 here. He's going to move his bet now to level 3. He had a parlay. He moves up a level, level 3. And he brings back to his rack a quarter for his efforts. Quarter coming back to the rack. Okay, and now he's at level 4. I'm sorry, he's at level 3. My bad. The other player on the end, the Paroli guy, that's his first hit at his base again because he won his Paroli last time. He's just gonna level himself up. Puck is out. Last shooter. Here we go. I love it. 1, 2, 3 on the come out. Everybody wins. Everybody's a winner. Paroli guy, right, can now actually collect his 7 units on that win. The other guy here, the 3-unit player, is also now laddered up at level 3. So let's see, we can't beat this guy who just collects. Simple, simple collect. Boring, boring, boring. Ah, damn. We finally got to come out 7 and takes all of our freaking money. That's a bummer. We were both skied up. It would have been so sweet to have hit that. Too bad. Too bad, so sad. He's in the middle. He's starting over. And of course, he is starting over. Here we go. Last shooter. Let's make it happen. Midnight. Thanks, Waylon. 6-6 midnight. 9. That 9 has been our friend on the don't. We have not repeated the 9. As I say that out loud, we're probably going to do it right here, but it's been a good payer for us here on the don't. Let's come through. 314, Big Joe. Big Joe. Let's log her in. 314. Aces. Doesn't matter. There's a 6 and a 2 for an 8. 62. Hard 4. OPC. The 2-2. 527. Damn it. I'm so pissed about this. I mean, I'm happy that we won, obviously, but come out 7 when these two guys would have been parlayed up right now would have been beautiful. That would have been like a moneymaker for everybody. Turns out not to be. So on the 9 again, he wins a flat quarter. Everything's coming down because that was our last shooter. I think he did all right. This guy here, I think, does just fine. This guy here in the middle, he's going to get paid 3 units because he was parlayed up, or he was at level 3 rather. He comes back and he'll have a little bit of profit. And the Paroli guy, of course, brings back his money. How did everybody do? Well, better than the pass line players did. So the player who was doing the max odds, who was actually down and had to dip into his blacks, he's got 3 blacks, 4 blacks, 5 blacks. If I take these greens and make them look like black chips, he's at 500. There's his starting bankroll with $50. He wins $50. That's his, I'll put his profit in his rack. Everything else is going to come back. So here's his profit of $50. Good for him. The guy who did the Paroli system, how did he do? There's his 400 in black. There's 3 greens and 5 reds. That's a black chip. There's 500. He wins $15. Again, now we're not writing letters to Santa Claus about how great we did today, but we're making money all around, which is nice. And finally, the guy that did the progression that I like to do now is here. He did, let's see, he's got 4 blacks already. 3 greens and 5 reds makes a black. He wins $30. There's 25. He wins $30. So again, nobody here broke the bank today. Everybody won money on the don't. Everybody lost money on the do. It is what it is, right? Is there an answer to the question of how do you maximize your line bet? No. All the ways worked. The answer to this on both cases is this. The odds represents a home run, right? You're looking for the thing to happen. On the don't pass, it's more likely to hit the home run on those odds than it is on the pass line. The pass line player hitting the number, you're at a disadvantage every single time. It's a bad bet, technically speaking, to take odds because you're at a disadvantage to win the bet there. The don't pass, once it's through, you're at an advantage to lay odds because you're in advantage position probability-wise. It's a better odds bet. Both of them are highly volatile. You're putting a ton of money out here on those odds. You see that this time it worked out for this guy, but there's been times where the don't pass with odds would have got smoked and the guy would be out of money, right? These two here, the Paroli, I like the Paroli because it requires, I don't like it because it requires three hits to get money. I do like the fact that you're never at more than one unit at risk as you're getting for the 7. The player who's doing the progression, like the parlay progress, has more money on the table over a longer period of time. He'll make more money than $30 on a different type of run. We just didn't get the 2 in a row. These things require successive hits. This thing doesn't care. So you're looking for a rhythm here. You're looking for, on the 2 players that were parlaying, progressing, they need rhythm. They need a table to be cold. Multiple consecutive losers to make money. The guy playing odds doesn't care about that. He's just on an independent shooter. Whatever happens is going to happen. So there it is. And if I you can't see my screen, but 82 rolls today. Our SRR was 4.8. So we throw a lot more 7s than we probably did normally, right? Ton of 7s today, which was a very don't favorable table, especially early. Early on in the day, we would have made, I think, good money. So let me get back to you all and close it out. Let's go back here. All right. By the way, drinking out of the Coffee and Craps official mug today. So details coming in an email soon. All right, there it is, guys. That's my show. I want to go back to the screen. I want to leave you with the lowly bet screen. So give me a second here. Why am I on the wrong thing? Hold on a second. I lost control of my mouse. Lowly bet. I'm on the wrong view. That's why. There we go. All right. Again, today's talk was all about maximizing the line bet. Again, the line bet, like I said earlier, I use the line bet a lot as a part of other strategies. So if I'm playing 6, 7, 8, if I'm playing the Horseman, I'm playing whatever else, and I've got a don't pass as a component, I like to run the don't pass like this, where I'm either doing a Paroli type of thing or a progression type of thing or a odds type of thing, along with whatever else I'm doing. To me, it's 2 separate things. And if I can make that win more money on its own, that's great. The other stuff can do what it's going to do on its own. That's where that's why I want to focus on this, right? If you're playing straight pass line with a bunch of odds, with a bunch of box bets, great. That's fine to be full right side. Buckeye Slim does this yesterday. They had pass line and all the box numbers covered, right? That's cool. Progress your pass line bet. Get your pass line bet, take it, parlay it, level it up. Take it, parlay it, level it up, and take odds. The more money you can get out there, the more you're going to win, right? If you can use your profits to fund that, even better. With the amount of come out naturals that we saw here, that was a good play today. So I think if you stay flat bet, you're going to end up not making anything over time. If I had done a progression along with the odds, we would have seen a lot more. I think a better trajectory for those last bets. So anyway, that's it, folks. It's the end of Thursday. It's 9 o'clock. I'm late actually for a meeting here. Not a meeting, but a seminar that I've got to attend. So I got to run. You all have a great Thursday. Thanks again for being here. Tomorrow, by the way, Friday Follies. I'm gonna do a what do you call it? I'm gonna do a roulette-based crap strategy. We're gonna try and simulate roulette plays on the craps table. It's gonna be completely insane. No math behind it at all. It's nothing other than let's have some fun on a Friday. So that's it. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Thanks again for being here. I appreciate you being subscribers. Appreciate you hitting that notification bell. I appreciate you sharing the video and my channel with your friends. Let's keep this thing growing. Let's keep it growing. God bless all y'all, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great one. Bye.